Hello, everyone. It is Veronica with WSOU, and today I'm joined by the legendary Jacob Bannon of Converge. How are you doing today, Jacob?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome.
Good.
Um, I guess we'll just get right into it. You guys are about to play some shows in Europe, but
Yes.
last month you wrapped up your tour with Poison the Well. How was that?
That was a great tour. We did it in two legs. We broke it into leg one, leg two. Leg one was mainly the East Coast, sort of, middle of the country, and then the second leg was the West Coast. We had two different bands opening the tour for each of us. And so that added some variety to the show for us. So it wasn't the same package, and on both coasts. And both bands brought, well, all the bands brought their own unique identities and character, and it made it really special. And it was just a joy for us to be out there and doing it.
Nice. Was there a band that played on either of those runs that you were really impressed by?
Ooh, that's a good question. I always enjoy watching anybody play that we're touring with because everybody's different. Everybody has, different strengths, different weaknesses, different things that they have to sort of deal with in a live performance or situation. It was really great to see the Armed doing their thing on the West Coast. Their singer Tony actually came to one of our first shows on that tour in Detroit and stage dove, and actually he broke his tailbone.
Oh my goodness.
And so he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to actually perform and do his part of the things. And so he lined up some guests and some friends. And when we were in San Francisco, he had Mike Patton come out and do, I think, four or five songs for him, which I thought was really cool. And it was just really, fun to see stuff like that. They played a Converge cover in their set too, which was kind of fun. Just doing sort of interesting things that you wouldn't expect. I also enjoy Megan a lot, who played in Punch and Super Unison, and she's the second singer in that band currently. They have a lot of members, so it was yeah, fun to watch them play.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, on that tour, you were able to play a bunch of songs off your first proper album in 9 years. Love
Mhm.
is Not Enough. How was the reception to that album and that sort of comeback?
Uh, it's a good question. For us, it wasn't really a comeback in the sense that we've been really active since the COVID sort of lockdowns came off and we can get back to work. So we've been busy doing a variety of things. So it wasn't really dormant for us. We did like a Converge Blood Moon album. We released an EP. We did a deluxe version of the previous album. We toured a lot. Yeah, we were just out doing stuff. So it was just a lot of momentum leading up to finally being able to make the time to record some music. And that's what we have now.
hmm Well, yeah. Well, with that, right before that tour, you announced Hum of Hurt as
Mhm.
well, which finally came out this month. It's great, by the way. What made you want
Thank
to
you.
release two albums within a year? Like, was it just an overflow of creativity, or was there something else that you wanted to put out into the world?
Well, life is short and there's no sense on sitting on productivity if you haven't. And if you're motivated to make things. And right now as a band and as people, we feel motivated to be productive and get out there and share music with the world. If it's one album, if it's two albums, it doesn't matter. We just are going to get it all out there as quickly as possible. We just happen to give birth to two records. We didn't mean it to be that. We didn't necessarily mean it to be one either. We just got in the studio and started recording the material we had, and over time and editing and conversation, they turned into two distinct albums.
Okay, so was it like a linear process with those two albums, or was there a lot of overlap with like recording and stuff that you just turned into two?
Well, it was the same session. So we
Okay.
were in the same, so we were just recording everything that we had. And once you start doing that and things start to come alive and have their own sort of character, certain songs start to relate to others and the body of work starts to kind of separate. Or
hmm
at least it did for us in this instance, where there were certain songs that kind of paired well with others thematically, musically, technically from a tuning perspective, things like that. Um, and then it just kind of naturally played out that way. And we just said, okay, that's fine. Let's not resist it. Let's just do what's naturally happening.
Yeah. So, well, you guys just announced the second edition of your Heavy Music Fest,
Yes.
Saddest Day. Are you guys gonna play any songs off the new albums there?
So we're gonna do two different sets. We're gonna play on the 12th and the 13th of December. This year is the first time that it is 2 days. The first day, we are not the headliner. We have a guest headliner that will be announced soon. We just can't announce it yet. We're very
Hmm.
excited about it. We also have some other friends joining us on that day as well, which will also be a big surprise for people. And I think it's really going to be it'll be huge. They're both incredible additions. So
Yeah.
that first day, we're going to be playing our proper Converge set. We'll try to mix in new, old, deep cuts, and just, create something special for the day. On the 13th, on the Sunday, we're doing our album Jane Doe in its entirety, which we've done previous. We did it in 2000, I think 16. I think it was 16 in Roadburn in the Netherlands at that festival. Our friend Walter who runs that festival asked us to do it, and we said sure.
Hmm.
And at the time we thought that would be like a one-time thing. People keep asking for stuff like that. And we are as a band, we very much listen to the audience. We're not a band that is hung up on only playing new things or only playing old things or just whatever someone classifies as a hit in a catalog. We just play music that, moves us. Right now seems like a really good time to do it. We're on the 25th anniversary of the Jane album. So let's celebrate it with people in the States. We haven't had the opportunity to do that before. So we decided to say, why not? Let's go for it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. I mean, Jane Doe is like one of the most defining metalcore albums of that era. It's like a favorite for
Sure.
everyone, including me. Is there anything else that you possibly have planned for the 25th anniversary, or just this so far?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we haven't announced yet for it. There's the two bands that we haven't announced, but people are always speculating and trying to figure that out. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong, but we just, let them keep speculating. We're doing a live art sort of exhibit, which we've done previous at other festivals with a bunch of partners. Be myself, Thomas Hooper, uh, Jody and Sarah, who run Night Swim Project, will be doing live silk screening. I believe our friend Meryl Van Hasteren will be there from the Netherlands. He'll be making art. Jay Weinberg will be making art in front of people as well. I believe we have John Baisley also doing it as well. And we have the feelers out to a few other people regarding that. So we'll be at the event making live hand embellished silk screen prints, small little fine art pieces, and offering them to people at the event as well, and they can watch us make stuff because that's fun to see the process.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that you guys are just like giving so much to the people who want to for the anniversary and everything. That's like really awesome, and I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be great.
And that'll be both days. There's also some other things that are will be going on. We're working with our friends at Decibel on some stuff that'll be really cool. There's going to be a talking panel that's going to happen. Um, yeah, there's a lot of great stuff that I think people will be really excited about that we'll unveil soon.
That's gonna be great. So I mean, Saddest Day is taking place at again the Roadrunner in
Mhm.
Boston, and Converge is based out of Massachusetts, and so many other great bands have come out of that era. How has that scene over there shaped you as a band?
Well, we've grown up in it. It was something completely different when we started, and we've watched it evolve and sort of go through a variety of moments of a whole lot of excitement, and then a whole lot of nothing, and then a whole lot of excitement, and a whole lot of nothing, just like anywhere else. Um, but one of the things that stands true, I think, for a lot of the New England bands regardless of our sort of subgenre, however we want to define like the punks and the metals and the hardcores, because there's a million of them, right? And we all cross-pollinate in some way.
Right.
Um, we all have a really strong work ethic. We get out there and we believe in our music and our art, and we go out there and we give it everything we have. And I think that is a commonality that is shared by many bands from this area. And so when when we see like, the rise of metallic hardcore in like the early 2000s, or like, more straightforward hardcore in the late 80s into the early 90s, like it was just people going for it because they believed in what they were doing.
Hmm.
And like we just give everything we have to it. And I think that's a sort of a shared mentality that we've learned from bands. And, we continue to push forward today.
Yeah. I mean, that is very apparent with Converge and then all those bands out of that area. I mean, it's really great to see. Um, I guess for Saddest Day, what I mean, I know it's far away, it's in December, but is there anything that we can expect from this festival? Is like there anything different?
Sure.
Or
Well, I mean, one thing that's different about our events than other events is that we try to really we really try to pull in the music community outside of just the music world. And what I mean by that is, yes, we're all there for the same related reason, right? We're there for aggressive music, but we have many shared ideas. We have we struggle with many of the same things, um, socially, culturally, spiritually, all of it. So it's just wonderful to bring a bunch of people together that feel like outsiders in so many other places in the world, and bring them into this environment where all the weirdness is celebrated. You know what I mean? Like we're none of us are perfect. We're there to celebrate our imperfections. We're there to celebrate our quirkiness, our weirdness, our our love for all these nuanced bands and everything that they offer. We try to bring in nonprofits that are interesting to us, that are doing noble work, and just show that there's other things out there that you can apply your energy to that aren't just making music necessarily in the creative space, but maybe you can do something within your community. Maybe you'll be inspired to do that.
Mhm.
Um, we just try to give it that feel. I think that some of that is missing from the modern music festival, right? They're very transactionary. It's
Mhm.
it is what it is. You go and you enjoy music and you move on. But we want people to be able to leave there with a bigger sense of community and appreciation for the musical artists, the visual artists, and all the people that are behind the scenes that are right there in front of you that day or those 2 days.
Mhm.
It'll be really interesting to see like somebody like Emma play in this in this environment. She's spectacular and pretty non-typical for an aggressive show, which I think is really special. Um, our buddy Matty Matheson's band Pigpen is playing, and he's a bigger than life sort of personality and brings a lot of sort of excitement and magnetism to the festival as well. We're just really excited to put him in front of people. A lot of people know him from his acting roles in The Bear,
Mhm.
that television show, and he's a very well-known chef as well.
Mhm.
Just showing people like a band like Chat Pile, who are brilliant. I can't wait to be able to showcase a band like that in this environment. You know, Head back. I've been trying to get on this for a few months, and I'm glad that that finally came together. Can't wait to show the world that band who might be unfamiliar. Um, Justin Pearson's going to be there with Def Club, and Justin's a good friend and just an incredible uh, artist and musician. It'd be wonderful to be there to celebrate all this with him. I mean, it's just going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like you said, like bringing in all these people, I mean, giving like you could in festivals like this and like the music where it's like made for people by people, you can really
Yeah,
feel the
absolutely.
love. It's
Well,
really great.
and here's the thing. When I was a kid, which I still basically am, right? Like whatever. I'm like we're all kind of in this suspended sort of state of adolescence.
You're right.
Um, he the thing is, like when I was a kid, when I would look up and I would see hardcore band and punk rock band play, I would see me. I wouldn't see any sort of pretension. I wouldn't see um, a lot of decoration, a lot of bravado. I would see emotion, and I would connect to the human emotion. I would look and I would see, oh, that musician looks just like me. He's just wearing a t-shirt and pants and just a normal human being. Like, like that was really inspiring to me to be able to see people that I related to that doing something that I aspire to do.
Hmm.
And I think that's really important and breaking down those barriers and showing the people those things. And like the modern music festival tends to corral everything, big barricades and all that jazz. And
Yeah.
bands don't really interact. And this is just the opposite. Everybody's out with everybody the entire time, talking with everybody, embracing the community, and really appreciating just the effort that everyone's putting in.
Hmm.
And hopefully, folks will leave there just lit up and inspired to create their own music and art.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's a great way to end off this interview. I mean, I'm very excited to see all that no barrier action at the Saturday Festival.
Mhm.
And yeah, well, thank you so much, Jacob. It was really great talking to you.
No
And
problem. And we'll be
everyone,
announcing bands in September. That's when we'll
yes.
announce those too. And that's going to shake some stuff up. So, congrats to the people who have figured it out. Congrats to the people who haven't.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for that, everyone, the bands that are going to be announced for the Saddest Day. And if you haven't already, go listen to Converge's new album, Hum of Hurt. And yeah, thanks again, Jacob.
Thank you so much, Veronica. I appreciate your time.